In this video, we are working on our 1968 bodied Dodge Charger. So if you guys haven't seen the last few videos, we showed you guys this project. This is a car that was beautifully done, and you'll see that it's got a 1968 body, but when you start looking underneath it, it looks a lot newer than a 1968. So this is actually on a newer Dodge Challenger platform. And this big pile behind us is everything from a Hellcat. So we went ahead, bought a salvaged Hellcat. And if you guys watched the last video, you'll see us part that thing out. And this is all the Hellcat guts that will go onto this thing. This video, we're gonna start taking everything out of this one. So I've already got the exhaust off, and we're gonna go ahead and drop these two. So gotta get our downpipes off here, just start disconnecting everything. And then the way we're gonna do this one is we're actually gonna drop it down on the K-member. So we'll bring the K-member down, and then we'll probably end up getting that Hellcat engine, putting it back on this K-member, and K-member going back up and into the chassis. So that's the way we're gonna drop this one. And then we also have the rear subframe cradle that we also have to bring over. But for now, let's go ahead. We're gonna work on the front of the car, get that all down. Even if the drive shaft's not connected, we can work on the back half of it afterwards, but that's the plan. Let's get working. So I just finished draining the coolant, and let me start messing with some stuff. We'll see how far we get. All right, guys, I am gonna tell you that I have been absolutely extremely busy. So I have not been filming a ton on this, but I've been getting a lot of work done and just a million things. I'm gonna get you guys up to speed on this, but we've been working on that Ram 3500, getting that thing all sorted out so that we've got our tow rig and my daily sorted out. A bunch of stuff that's been getting done on that. But not only that, I got some stuff that I'm gonna be telling you guys that we gotta do some serious engine work, unfortunately, but get to that in another video. But check this thing out. So we've got the Charger Challenger 68 bodied car up here. We've got the 392 out. We've got the rear cradle out. There's parts everywhere. I picked up that dash. So this is the dash that's ultimately going to end up in there. Here is the NAG 1 transmission that was originally in there. And then in here, I've got the Hellcat rear cradle is now in here. The Hellcat fuel tank is in here. And then coming over here, the Hellcat engine is actually in here right now. I'm trying a few different things. I ended up completely painting all the suspension components so that everything looks nice and clean in here. So broke down all the suspension, painted every single bar. I inspected all the bushings, and they all seem to be in good shape, so no point in replacing them, but I wanted everything to look fresh. I also painted the entire cradle, so you'll see that the cradle is nice and fresh looking. Engine is in there. I did put a different set of engine mounts in there that actually lowers the engine. Reason being, I'm trying to see if we can potentially get this to fit underneath the factory hood without having to cut or modify the hood. And then what I'm messing with right now is the cooling system. So I wanted to grab the camera here because this is where I kind of ran into my first, not hiccup, but just thing that we're gonna have to alter. I will say I do want to kind of change some stuff up on this, just the way it was built. I guess the way this was, I guess the body swap was done, there's some, like a lot of sheet metal screws used, and I'm not really a huge fan of, like, you know, self-tapping screws everywhere. So there was a fair amount of rivserts that were used, but they also were used in Imperial threads. And it's just a little bit, I don't know, I don't really like going back and forth between fasteners. So as you guys know, the actual, 2011 portion of the vehicle is all metric. And then you start hopping onto the body side of things, and it's Imperial. So I don't know. Haven't quite decided whether I want to, make the switch over there. For example, this bolt here is a 1/4-20 threads, all these inserts here. But the cooling system, I got the Hellcat cooling system in there, but you guys got to remember there's an additional cooler on the Hellcat cooling system. So it's bumping out the whole cooling system another inch, essentially. If you look in here, you'll see, so the supercharger cooler is here, and then the AC condenser is there. So it's starting to get into the front bumper portion here. And originally there was this lower kind of, I almost want to say, dare I say, Camaro-esque, lower like rally sport diffuser here, and then it had this right there that was kind of a support mechanism, and also had a little grill that went around here. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that and how I want to do that. Do I potentially push the cooling system back just a hair so that I don't have to fuss with any of it? Or do I reconfigure the little box that was over here, that this little front diffuser or whatnot, or chin splitter, whatever you want to call this thing, bolts too. Also, I got a ton of parts and piles everywhere right now. A lot of that stuff is the old stuff out of here. Like, you know, we got shocks, struts, everything, because we went to all the Hellcat stuff because it's got the dynamic suspension, so that way everything's controlled on the screen. You get, you know, different ride quality and all that. Haven't mounted our supercharger pump yet, or our oil cooler on the other side. The other thing I got to wrap my head around is how I want to kind of fit that in here, because obviously we're trying to fit it behind a different front bumper, fascia, whatnot. What else can I tell you guys? Also, the calipers. If you guys do or don't know, the factory Brembo calipers, the clear coat doesn't hold up too well on them, so I'm trying to apply some clear coat to them just to brighten them back up again. Ultimately, I don't know what color the owner is going to paint this car, so I'm not sure if like a caliper color change is going to end up occurring later. So for now, I'm just making them, you know, look decent and whatnot, and then also going to put probably new rotors, new pads on it while we're in here. But that's kind of the current place where we're at right now. Definitely plugging along. I want to kind of get the wheels on this thing so I can get it down. I haven't touched the interior stuff yet. If I can get the car down on the grounds on its wheels, then I can get it off the lift, roll it forward, open up the doors so I can actually fully get into it, because I ended up changing the wire harness for the front engine bay, but I still got to do all the harnesses and all the electronics within the actual car before this thing can even think about at least not even starting the engine, but just powering up. It's definitely a ways away still. So anyways, let me mess with this and then I'll update you guys what I end up doing. All right, so I've kind of abandoned that project for now. Got the cooling system in here, but what I ended up doing was I kind of wanted to get the rest of the stuff out. So you'll see here, these wheels, even though they look good, these are Hellcat wheels, but they're actually replica wheels. These are off the wrecked car, but they're like all 4 different replica wheels, and a couple of them are cracked, curved, so they're not usable, but put them on there. Ended up cleaning up the calipers actually. Nothing too crazy, but I ended up just getting them cleaned up, degrease them, and then gave them just a quick clear coat on them. So you'll see there that they look pretty dang good now, but the clear was popping off them a little bit. And then as for rotors and pads, I'm gonna order some new ones, but I just put those on there just so I could at least get the vehicle back down on the ground. The door might look close there, but I promise not touching anything. So got the doors open here because I went ahead and yanked all the interior out of it. Seats came out, dash came out, and then the HVAC box is out. And then what I'm gonna do right now is, when this was built, I guess it is what it is, but before I start putting stuff back together a whole lot, you know, obviously this had some major modifications to have the 68 body, you know, fused with the 2011 Challenger body, but a lot of this metal doesn't have anything on it. So what I do want to do actually is just paint it. So right now it's kind of just bare metal everywhere, and I would actually like to paint it all just so that it's sealed up and we don't have any issues, because yeah, we've got a lot of bare metal all throughout here. So I'm gonna go ahead, spend some time, actually a lot more time than I anticipated, but if you look in there, like just bare metal in there. So I'm gonna actually paint all this stuff up just so you can see some of this stuff a little bit. Nothing concerning, but I just want to get some paint on this stuff just so that it doesn't you know, start rusting and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead, get all this kind of brushed in. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anything fancy because you're never gonna see it, but put a little paint on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me get that done. Once I get some paint on these metal pieces here, then I can start messing with this a little bit more, get the HVAC box in there. If you look over here, this is the old HVAC box. So there was some modifications. Where is it? This is the bottom of it. The top here, some of the stuff up here had to be kind of shaven down. So in order to get the new one in there, I'll make those modifications also. I might be able to use this HVAC box. I don't know. I'll double check and compare it to the other one, but I'm assuming a lot of the electronics are going to be slightly different as far as actuators and doors and all that stuff. I don't think this one has it. It does actually look like it has it, but don't know what the differences are between, you know, a 2011 HVAC box and a newer, you know, Hellcat box, but that's that. And then you'll notice the dash here. So here is the dash and how it is, you know, all cut through there to be shortened. So I did pick up that dash there. So that dash is going to be the dash that ultimately ends up in there. But thankfully, luckily, whatnot, I do have You might not even be able to see it. It's buried in there because I'm not trying to protect it. This dash is the one from the Hellcat, but it's got the blown airbag in it. So we can use this as our mock-up dash. So the frame, we can actually have 2 frames. So we've got that frame and that one to modify as necessary. But this dash, I can actually cut it and get this mocked in. And then once I kind of get this one fitting good, then we can transfer our template, our cut over to the good dash that doesn't have a blown bag in it. And then this is just an absolute disaster right now. I've got so many car parts just everywhere. I'm running out of space, as you may or may not be able to tell. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Let me go ahead and get some paint on that stuff, and then we'll move on to the next step. I still got the old 2011 body harness in here, so that also has to come out too, but I just want to focus on some of this stuff and yeah, get that taken care of. All right, so even though it might look like a bit of a disaster in here, everything is officially out of here. So all the interior is out. I went around and, like I mentioned to you guys, spent the time to just put a little bit of black paint on all the exposed metal pieces that I could at least get to. Even in here too, some of these metal areas, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but over there, that piece, those were all exposed metal before. Got those all in there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the new harness in there. So I just finished taking out the old harness. So the old harness was in here, the 2011 version. But now I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get the newer Hellcat harness laid about. So I left the power cable because the power cable is honestly the same. There's no difference from Hellcat to this one. They all run the same way, and no difference there, but the actual wire harness needs to be changed over. We're gonna have to do some different stuff because, as you guys know, like on the Hellcat, it has tail lights in the trunk lid. This one does not. Our actuator is here for the trunk popper, whereas on the Hellcat, it would be on the trunk lid. Just some small things like that that are gonna need to be changed. I also did paint this right here. This was basically just exposed metal, so got that done. And then yeah, our taillight situation is different too, because the taillights are all on the actual vehicle instead of being on the trunk. So we'll get our new, it's a little bit dark in here, but you guys can probably see what I'm trying to do. Get the new wiring harness in here, and then we'll see what we get on to next. All right, so wire harness for the newer Hellcat is now in here. I got a bunch of tools and stuff laid about. Obviously still in the middle of working. I ended up painting a bunch of stuff, like all that there, across there, where the new kind of door sills ended up getting kind of put in or whatnot. Had to change a few small things. There was some studs that ended up sticking up off of that for the old, I guess, Nag 1 shifter. So ended up having to grind those off. Also, where one of the modules goes over there, the bolt pattern was different, so I had to switch that around. And then I'm gonna have to probably make a custom bracket right here for where the center console goes in, but we can worry about that later. Ended up switching over to the new pedal assembly, so you can see that there. And then ended up modifying the HVAC box, so now that is ready to go in. And now I can start putting that in. So it is a disaster around here. You can see all sorts of stuff. This is a bunch of the plastic I had to cut off of the old HVAC box. And yeah, just all kinds of stuff. So I'll show you guys this too. Right now, I haven't put the transmission in, but so the engine's a little bit rolled back, but it is gonna be very, very close to potentially having to modify the hood. If you look right here, you'll see here's the fender line, and then you can see the supercharger sticking well above the fender line. Once the transmission's in and the engine's a little bit more flat, it could potentially clear, but it is gonna be super, super close. So we'll see what happens there. These engine mounts are already lowering the engine about half an inch over factory. So I want to get a video out for you guys, updating you guys on the car. Like I said, it's been absolutely hectic around here between the Hurricane swapped Viper, dealing with that car and trying to keep it going and whatnot. We did run into some issues with that car. I'll keep you guys updated on that here shortly. We're trying to get some stuff addressed. But yeah, between that car, my Cummins builds, you know, going all over the place with Dodge and being a brand ambassador for Dodge, they've had us here, there, and then I'm actually flying out again next week too to do some more stuff. So it's been super, super busy. I've got the Cummins torn apart right now if you guys haven't seen that video. And yeah, all while trying to get this project done. So I'll keep chipping away on it, but you guys are gonna have to share these videos. If you guys want me to keep making videos like this, I am so extremely busy. So if I end up making these videos and they only get like 2,000, 3,000 views, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm way too busy to be able to make these videos for them only to be getting 2,000, 3,000 views. If you like the content, drop a comment. Let me know what you like about these videos, or if you want to see something else, or if you want them done a different way. Let me know down below, you guys. I'm telling you right now, if you guys don't start sharing the videos, if they don't start getting more than 2,000-3,000 views, the videos are not just gonna get made. I'm way too busy to be making these videos for them only to have 2,000-3,000 views. So it's up to you guys to share them, and we'll see how it goes from here. And you guys can pretty much see, like, I didn't pick up the camera for this video a whole lot just because I have so much stuff on my plate. Filming these videos, editing these videos, you know, making a thumbnail, making a title, posting it. It might seem easy on that side, but I'm telling you guys, being the person that's working on the car, engineering the car, wrenching on the car, editing the video, filming the video, like, it's just way too much overload right now. So like I said, if you want them to keep coming, make sure you guys are sharing these videos, share them with your friends, share them wherever you guys think on Facebook. People like watching this stuff and watching the swap. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you guys in the next video.